feud between It Ends With Us stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is now threatening to pull in Taylor Swift. After her name surfaced in court documents, Baldoni's lawyer says he could depose the star singer. And now a new $7 million lawsuit's been filed, this time against Lively.
On my part, one thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail.
The ongoing legal clash between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has turned into a chaotic storm, with Baldoni's legal team striking back just 2 days after Blake's bombshell lawsuit. Dismissing her allegations as entirely false, they claim to have irrefutable evidence to disprove her statements. This intense dispute has put Blake, Ryan Reynolds, and their close associates under a harsh spotlight. Justin is not holding back. He has now released text messages and behind-the-scenes footage, making it clear that this is only the beginning. For those just catching up, here's the situation. Initially, Justin, along with Jamie Heath, Wayfarer Studios, and his publicist, filed a lawsuit against the New York Times for publishing Blake's accusations. But that legal move was just the start. In a follow-up lawsuit, Justin directly targeted both Blake and Ryan Reynolds. This legal drama is full of unexpected twists, from Game of Thrones references to Taylor Swift connections and revealing text messages. Justin's lawsuit accuses the New York Times of distorting the truth by selectively choosing details and leaving out crucial context to frame him negatively. He maintains that he and his team had already informed the publication that Blake's claims were misleading, yet the article was still rushed to publication to take control of the narrative. On the other hand, Blake initially took a different legal path by submitting a right-to-sue letter with the California Civil Rights Department, which allowed her to keep case details private while avoiding the discovery process. But now that everything is in the open, Justin's team argues that her true objective was to bolster her credibility rather than pursue justice. A major claim from Blake's lawsuit is that Justin and his team used media connections to smear her reputation. She provided text messages as supposed proof, but Justin's legal team insists those messages were manipulated to craft a misleading story. In response, they released their own set of messages, showing internal conversations where Justin's team expressed concerns that Blake's PR team was spreading exaggerated positive narratives about her. One particularly striking message from Justin reads, "How do we counter these claims? This is making us look terrible." His team attempts to reassure him, blaming Blake's publicist for staging the controversy. Another PR strategist downplays the situation, saying that the backlash is simply a result of Blake's own strategic moves. Justin's lawsuit further claims she deliberately edited messages to fit her agenda. For example, she shared a text where someone responded to an article titled, "Could Blake Lively be cancelled?" with, "Wow, you really went all out on this." Justin's side argues that she conveniently removed emojis and sarcastic context to make it seem more serious. The situation took another turn when Justin's legal team released text messages contradicting Blake's statements. In one exchange, Perez Hilton discusses a TikTok suggesting that someone from Justin's camp was feeding the media negative stories about Blake. Justin immediately asks his PR representative whether this is true, to which she firmly denies, assuring him, "Absolutely not, we wouldn't do that." She also dismisses Perez as an unreliable source, noting that reputable media outlets would never take such claims seriously. Additional conversations indicate that the backlash against Blake wasn't orchestrated, but rather an organic resurgence of past controversies. A chat between Blake's publicist and a journalist reveals that even media insiders believed the accusations were overblown. One journalist noted that he only learned about Blake's claims much later, suggesting her publicist had a habit of feeding reporters misleading narratives to shape public perception. Blake's lawsuit also includes an odd claim that Jamie Heath once tricked her into watching an inappropriate video, which was actually footage of his wife giving birth. She found the situation unsettling, but Jamie countered that it was a deeply personal moment with no inappropriate intent. Meanwhile, the New York Times backed Blake's claim that Jamie and Justin frequently entered her trailer unannounced, even while she was changing. However, Justin's legal team pushed back with a text exchange where Blake herself invited him over, stating, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to go over lines." Justin's response, "Copy, I'll be there after grabbing food," directly contradicts her accusations, suggesting she omitted critical details. Blake also accused Justin of pushing to over-sexualize her character in the film. However, Justin's counter-lawsuit includes messages where Blake herself appears enthusiastic about making her character's outfits sexier. In one message, she excitedly describes an outfit as much sexier, adding, "As a girl, I'd definitely turn heads in this." Another serious accusation from Blake was that Justin imposed unwanted kissing scenes and shared inappropriate personal details. But Justin claims that Blake consistently skipped scheduled meetings with the film's intimacy coordinator, which left him responsible for relaying the coordinator's instructions. He insists that all discussions remained strictly professional and were focused on the film's development. Blake also alleged that Justin made inappropriate remarks about her perfume while pretending to kiss her neck during a silent montage scene. In response, Justin's team circulated behind-the-scenes footage, proving their interaction was mutual and professional. The video shows both actors laughing and collaborating on the scene's execution, with Blake joking that her spray tan might rub off on Justin. At the heart of this dispute is a power struggle over the film's creative control. Justin contends that Blake sought to undermine him after gaining too much influence over the project. Sony, which originally partnered with Wayfarer Studios to produce the film, allegedly handed Blake excessive authority, even blocking the film's editors from reviewing her cuts. In a leaked text, Justin expresses shock upon discovering that even the director and editors aren't allowed to see Blake's edits. Ultimately, he agreed to some compromises to preserve the film's vision. Outside the courtroom, this controversy is also impacting personal relationships. Taylor Swift, who was once close to Blake, now appears to be keeping her distance. Reports suggest that Taylor was caught off guard by her name being dragged into the case and is displeased that Blake used their friendship as leverage. Sources even claim that Taylor chose not to invite Blake to this year's Super Bowl, a stark contrast from last year when they watched together in a VIP suite. While some speculate this was a calculated snub, insiders insist that Blake had no intention of attending regardless. As the legal battle intensifies, Blake faces serious consequences, not just legally, but socially and professionally. With Justin's $400 million lawsuit looming, she risks losing far more than just a court case. Will Blake be able to navigate this scandal, or is she heading for a major downfall? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.